Mr. Beacon, President Lepes, faculty, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. As a teacher, as a son, as a brother, as a father of 3 daughters and 2 sons, I am deeply privileged to join you in this auspicious ceremony today. First, I wish to express my gratitude to SAIT Polytechnic for awarding me with this incredible honor. I can't tell you how astonished and delighted I was when I learned of the SAIT Board of Governors' decision to recognize my work in education and human rights. This honor signifies the dedication of SAIT, its board, its faculty, and its students to the growth of knowledge, truth, and wisdom. It signifies your commitment to tolerance and understanding, to removing the ignorance that has divided us and stands for the fellowship of humanity and the kinship of the human race. When I was asked I would be willing to deliver a speech at this ceremony, I thought what I can say. I'm neither highly educated nor wise enough to give anyone advice. But then I thought, well, perhaps I have learned a few lessons that I can share with the students graduating today. Education has always been important to me. Even though I was the sole breadwinner for my family when I was younger, I also worked hard to receive an education at the same time. But both my work and my studies were disrupted when the Soviets invaded Afghanistan in 1979. My family was often caught in the fight and had to escape to separate areas. Afterwards, it was always hard to get settled. Tragedy struck in 1982 when my mother, God bless her, was killed in the fighting. As the war continued, schools burned, businesses were closed. I was faced with a difficult choice to stay with my family or continue my education. Against my family's wishes, I moved to Pakistan to continue my studies. I attended classes in computing, English, management, and a wide range of other subjects. I had quite an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. The more I learned, the more I realized that education is essential for realizing one's dream. When I saw that education was not available to all, and that women in this part of the world were dependent on the men and treated like second-class citizens, I began my quest to see that the blessings of an education were made available to all the citizens of Afghanistan and in Pakistan. Men and women, boys and girls. I knew then, as I know now, that war is born of ignorance and misunderstanding. And I remain resolute in my conviction that education is essential for improving people's lives. I began my career as a teacher. In my 16 years as an educator, I have established 6 training projects for both women and men in some of the most challenging areas of Afghanistan and Pakistan. I have advanced women's rights, gender equality, and modern ideas in a way that respects local cultural sensitivities and inspires trust and confidence in the communities served by my projects. I have taken part in all aspects of my school's operations. I have taught, supervised, fundraised, attended meetings, and written reports. And when there is a need, I roll up my sleeves and then begin to clean my schools. In this way, I have helped to provide hundreds of women with the opportunity to receive education and become literate. But Afghanistan still faces many challenges: illiteracy, poverty, violence, disease, and discrimination. Ours is a society still struggling to emerge from 30 years of war and destruction. Women are still the subject of forced and underage marriages, and often sold to older men or traded to settle tribal feuds, unfortunately. Extremists and warlords alike threaten human rights and the freedom of women. Some still believe that women do not belong in government, the workplace, or schools, that should remain prisoners of their own houses. But through the support provided by SAIT Polytechnic, the government of Canada and the great people of Canada and the Canadian people, we have given people hope for a better future. We have created what has been called an oasis of decency and civility, a place where women and men alike can go to discuss, explore, understand, and learn. That place is the Afghan-Canadian Community Centre in Kandahar. I'm proud to be the director of this educational institution, which has helped hundreds of women to receive valuable education and obtain high-paying jobs.